Welcome to Rex Talk, the goy talk, the best talk, the Rex Talk. Let's learn history together. Join me with Rex Talk. We shall unwash your brain.
I'm just trying to
Explain to you what
the propaganda of America is
about. I'm trying to
wash your brain.
Welcome to Rex Talk, Episode 2, The Ancient Blueprint Sold to a King.
This ancient conflict, this war between the law of the land and the law of the sea, has never been a battle of abstract ideas. It has always been a war waged by people, by specific networks, against the productive class. The masters of the law of the sea were the Phoenicians. But as their formal empire faded, their knowledge, their networks, and their philosophy of commerce over people did not die. It migrated, and it found a new perfect home on the water: the Republic of Venice. Venice was not a nation on land. It was a city-state of pure sea. And those octopus bankers sailed their parasite boats right in. A pure maritime power built in a lagoon, a fortress of pure commerce. And it was here in this laboratory that the parasite class perfected its weapon. As early as the 1100s, the Venetian bankers were developing the prototype for the modern global debt-based banking system. The model was a work of dark genius. They perfected the art of usury, charging interest on money. But they went one step further. They began to master the art of lending money they didn't physically have. They created paper receipts for gold and credit from thin air. And they had the audacity to lend that manufactured credit to producers at interest, inflating the currency and extracting the value of their wage without them ever even knowing.
Wash your brain off, you filthy, dirty, gooey.
They had invented a machine that turned debt into power.
Accept your brainwash, gooey.
But Venice was not their only foothold. As this financial technology was being refined, a parallel beachhead was established in the north. In 1067, in the immediate aftermath of the Norman conquest, a separate sovereign enclave was established within the city of London.
They cannot forsake us forever. We will wait until they forget what wealth is.
We know this city today as the City of London, or the Square Mile. This is critical to understand. This city is not, and never has been, part of England proper. It is a private, corporate city-state, a sovereign entity with its own government, its own laws, and its own police force. It was founded by merchant guilds and the international bankers. Historians identify this network as the remnants of the Khazarian Cognate elite, another non-productive parasitic class that had been dispersed after extracting the producer's wealth through controlling its rivers and veins. This city of London became a financial center, operating outside of the law of the land and operating under the law of the sea. It was the perfect insulated fortress from which to launch a financial conquest of an entire nation. So now the global debt-based banking cartel had its two great centers: the ideological technical prototype in Venice and the secure sovereign military financial base in the city of London. But they were patient. This weapon, creating money from nothing and lending it at interest, was too revolutionary, too transparently fraudulent. The producers at the time, they worked with the hand. They understood wealth was physical. They didn't have stocks and derivatives. They were more simple, right? They've complexified things today and twisted people's minds where they don't realize these basic principles, right? So the English people of the time were not yet propagandized. They still understood that wealth was physical. They would have seen this debt-based model as a criminal enterprise, and they would have revolted. So the cartel waited. They spent the next 600 years consolidating power, their networks, and their influence, placing agents within all the halls of power, slowly merging the Venetian and the London networks. They waited for the perfect moment. They needed a nation crippled by internal wars and a king desperate enough to sign away the sovereignty of his people for the promise of their money. They were laying the prototype for a trap, and in 1694, that trap would finally be sprung.
Tune in next week to Rex. Talk the truth, talk the goy, talk the best talk.
Rex Talk, the best talk, the free talk, the best, the goy talks. Talk, the free talk, the goy talks.